Hey, welcome to Vance Tried It. Today we're going to be making some beef Lombardi. So we're going to start off with 1 pound of ground beef. And I have my skillet heating up over here over a medium heat. And I'm going to put that beef in there. Don't you love to hear that sizzle? And what we're going to do is we're going to brown this beef up. And once that's done, we're ready to move on to the next step. We'll get back to you. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, so we have our beef. It is browned up, and now we're going to move on to the next step. We're going to add some seasoning in here. This is a tablespoon and a half. That would be, 4.5 teaspoons of Cajun Seasoning. We're going to put in there. And to that, we're going to add one can of hot diced tomatoes. This is like Rotel, but this is the off brand. So Rotel is a brand. And so we're going to put that in there. And we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of chili sauce. Now, we're going to mix this all up. And we're going to just let this simmer. Let me just turn this down a little bit. And I just want to let this simmer right here. Let all those flavors kind of get all married together. Joined up at the hip, if you will. Get that going. And if you are not someone who enjoys spicy food, then instead of the Rotel, you can just put just plain old diced tomatoes, or I would even recommend going with the Italian seasoned diced tomatoes if you're not a fan of spicy. And in substitution for the chili sauce, you can use your favorite ketchup or even some tomato paste. But we're going to put all that in there, and we're going to let that simmer over a low heat for a while. And while that simmers, we're going to continue to build our beef Lombardi. So what I have here is a round casserole dish, and I'm going to be building this casserole, the beef Lombardi, in there. And what I have here is a half a bag of egg noodles that I went ahead and cooked up. I cooked them for 8 minutes. That is, the directions said cook them for 8 to 10 minutes. And especially when I'm doing something and putting it in the oven, I will go always on the low side of the cooking so it doesn't get overcooked cooking it twice. And so I have here a half a cup of French onion dip that I am putting in here with the noodles. And then I am just going to stir this all up and get this all mixed together in here. We're just making a nice creamy noodle mixture. Let's see, I'm making a mess. That's kind of how I do, you know. But we're just going to get this French onion dip and the noodles all combined together. We just want a little bit of the French onion dip on here. Now you could use sour cream in here if you wanted to. That would be fine. But however you're going to do it, just get it all mixed together. And then we're just going to pour this right in to our casserole dish. We're not going to push it down super hard, but we're just going to kind of get it leveled off like that. And now we're going to take this beef mixture that has been simmering here, and we're just going to start pouring this right over the top of our noodle mixture. Just like that. Over there, get that turned off. Now we just want to spread this out just right along there. cheesy. Just kind of doing basically 3 layers. We have our noodle layer down there. Then we have our meat layer. Now we have our 3rd layer. And of course that 3rd layer is cheese. What I have here is some pepper jack cheese that I have crumbled up. And I'm going to put those crumbles right across the top of our beef Lombardi. Now, you might be thinking, why is this called beef Lombardi? And the answer to that is, I have no idea. It's just what it's called. I have not seen anywhere why it's called that, but it is what it's called. The great thing about this beef Lombardi is it is a great budget meal. It's also a great last minute meal. If you're somebody who keeps some of this stuff laying around your pantry, and you could substitute really any type of noodle in there. You could use some ground turkey. You could use sausage if you wanted to. There's so many things that you could do with this, but you just have that noodles with the dip or the sour cream, and then you have the meat with the seasoning and the tomatoes, and then you have cheese on top. So simple to make and put together, and it's not gonna break the bank. And so I have my oven heated to 350 degrees, and we're gonna put this in the oven for just 20 minutes, because remember, everything in here is already cooked, and so we're just wanting it to get warmed up and all those flavors to meld together. So I'm gonna get this in the oven, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, so we have our beef Lombardi out of the oven, let it cool off just a little bit. And now, of course, we need to give it a try. So let's get some of this on our plate. There we go. You have that creaminess from the noodles that has the dip all in it. You have the spicy from the rotel and the Cajun dip, and everything just comes together. Nice, simple meal, easy to put together, and tasty as can be. But hey, you know, the bottom line is, I tried it. You should too.